We're at the Watchmen Way. April 18th, I think. 2020. Yeah, April 18th. How about that? Yeah, our studio roadshow continues from Mesa, Arizona. We're going to start with, how would you like to be a part of the greatest transfer of wealth in human history? Time is short, guys. Litecoin, physical silver. You need insurance for what's coming. You need to have assets outside the system. The most important message we can deliver, because I believe that we're going to get through this pretty clean. I don't think we're going to have, empty stores or continuous power outages. Or the banks are eventually going to close, but the big deal is the power being on and stores having food. And as long as we can keep people fed, we're going to get through this okay. The question is, do you want to struggle through it or do you want to thrive through it? And that's where being prepared comes in. You can be prepared. I mean, we talked mentally, physically, spiritually. The physical part of it is, the food, the water, medical supplies, ammo, physical silver, and Litecoin. Those are the basics. You're going to adjust that list based on your own needs and skill set. But the long term is preparation or preparing for your long term. And this is pretty amazing what's going to happen here with people who, like me, I never trusted the system, and it turns out I was right not to trust it. But I'm going to be in better position than anyone I know financially on the other side of this, because I saw it coming, because God showed me, and I listened. And everybody who does listen is going to be able to take a portion of their profits from physical silver and Litecoin and put it towards the foundation of the revival of God's church, the way. I saw again that video that a couple of trolls put out. I think my guard dog. FEMA is not running the country. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it's crazy talk. It's talk that's trying to get some kind of a civil war going by their antics, by their trying to bait us into doing something stupid. Now, that's not going to change anything, except it's going to kill and injure a lot of people. FEMA's not taking over. President Trump is running the show, with God guiding and protecting him. Trust the plan. Ignore the distractions. Ignore the lies. These rumors about President Trump being a globalist or working for the other side, and he's just a rich guy. You really need to do more homework, because it's not helping. And for most of those people, like I don't know how you can, I mean, I don't, did he just flip a switch? Did he just decide, well, it's go time now for the other side? It just doesn't make any sense. Not when you look at the big picture. There's no not a shred of evidence to say it, except for some crackpots trying to stir the pot. So don't get... Some of this stuff really, guys, should take 10 seconds for you to think about. And if you need to do a little bit of research, do it. But some of the stuff that's coming out is just... It makes no sense. But it's all they have. And that's what you have to realize. This is it for them. They know that it's going to take a Hail Mary, and that's not going to do them any good. I mean, if they're successful, like I said, all it's going to do is injure innocent people, most likely. That's the most damage they can do. What's the point? Don't be a part of that. It was 100 and something here today. Didn't even realize it. So anyway, physical silver, Litecoin, Gemini.com, SDBullion.com, JMBullion.com. They're on the websites. They're on the pages, both the Watchmen and the Watchmen Way. Don't wait, guys. I'm telling you, I was up to 43 and it's climbing. Don't wait. You'll regret it if you do. Once this thing goes, an hour is the most. Well, once it goes, forget it. It's like going to be like winning the lottery. If once this thing goes, I said there's maybe an hour left, and then everybody will shut down. They'll quit selling cryptocurrencies and silver. Excuse me. At least the premium coins. You know, the stuff in the pennies you can probably still buy, but the higher end coins, the ones that are really moving, nobody was going to want to sell them. If they're going up fast, the whole point is, right, sell at the top. Well, if it's still going up, who's selling? Nobody. So get it now, because it's going to be a crapshoot if you wait till something happens. And you're probably going to lose. L.A. County suffers deadliest day yet as virus kills 81. Wuhan reopening, economic reopening, spells trouble for a world emerging from lockdown. Listen, guys, it's a flu. This is just illustrating the hype and the... Listen, it's one... Look at the mortality rate. Why, instead of this headline, how about something like, wow, the virus mortality rate is 1/3 of the common flu. How about that headline? But you don't see that anywhere. Because they want to cause hype to get people scared. And again, I understand what they're trying to do, and they're doing the right thing. But we don't need to be stressing over this stuff. We don't need to be stressing about martial law. We have nothing to fear from our own troops. They're not going to come and take our guns. They're not going to take us to FEMA camps. Everything that's happening is for the betterment of America and mankind. There's no downside to what's coming. We got the worldwide economic collapse. Has to happen. We've got to wipe this slate clean. God's given you the warnings so you can take advantage of the biggest transfer of wealth in human history. I don't know why more people don't understand that. You know, people, all these numbers are crazy. Yeah. We're going to be returned to us sevenfold what's been taken. Trillions have been taken from us. Trillions. honestly, it really could be in the hundreds of trillions that have been stolen from us. This is our chance to recoup our losses and make up for what our ancestors had to go through living under the thumbs of these people, these monsters. You know, 800,000 kids a year in America. You know, I bet almost everyone Googles that. And you'll find out 800,000 kids a year for the last several years. It's not a coincidence. Retail sales were bad. The reality is catastrophic. Basically, I mean, I think everybody thought that, oh, we're going to be closed down for a couple of weeks, and then everybody will just open back up. That's not what's going to happen. We're going to be out for whatever it's going to be, maybe a couple of months. I don't know, where are we now? It's over 30 days. We got to go at least probably another couple of weeks, I would guess. The problem is that a lot of businesses aren't going to open back up because this just crushed them. They can't. They don't have the funds, the resources. I keep telling you, all these governments, everybody's broke. And when you're broke and you take a hit of, well, just for example, the U.S. GDP, 70% of that is consumer spending. 70% of our GDP. How much spending do you think's been going on? And now you take away probably, you know, I don't know, I think there's something here. 40%? Where was that? I think it's 40%. May not reopen. We're not going to have the complete turnaround, immediate turnaround. Let's put it that way. There's going to be a recovery period. I think we can get through this pretty quickly. For the people that make it, there's going to be less competition. Of course, there's probably going to be less dollars too. That's the other reason, guys. When everybody's cash strapped, it's going to be a buyer's market, but only, you know, for the people that have money. You want money? You want to take care of your family? You want to put your family in the best position to survive? Get our list. Extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo, physical silver, and Litecoin. Thrive through this. God wants his people to control the monetary systems in the future. That's why he's given us these gifts. And he wants us to put a portion of our profits to the foundation of his church. Think about it. Think about the evil that we're ridding the world of. And I don't know, I did not get into the part of the swamp. The biggest part of the swamp is the satanic pedophiles. It changes everything when they are exposed, arrested, prosecuted, hopefully hung. We'll see. I think so. The ones that are guilty of murdering children, they're gonna get executed. I'm pretty sure. We can't allow this to continue. We can't allow these people to even live the rest of their lives. I don't know. My opinion. If I'm the judge, I know what I'm doing. If someone in front of me is convicted of torturing and murdering a child, and one of my options is a death penalty, that's pretty easy for me. there's no redeeming qualities of a human being or reptilian, depending. There's a lot of stuff going to come out, guys. Any being that could do that to another being doesn't deserve to be here. That's not what our God wants. We're going to have justice. The world is going to get the justice that God demands. And make no mistake, this isn't an option. The reason that we averted millions, hundreds of millions, billions maybe dying is because President Trump and the people that have backed him and God aren't going to stand for it anymore. And because we're here on the verge of man's greatest accomplishment of defeating this evil, that we didn't have to go through that physical Armageddon. We're going through it right now with these underground bases, and you're going to hear a lot about them coming up. The kids that they've been pulling out of these bases. Kids that have lived their whole lives in cages. It's horrific, the stuff that's coming out. All that's coming to an end. And there won't be anywhere you can go to hide from it. I've been saying red pills will be force-fed. They're going to be force-fed pretty soon, because at some point in the near future, the next few weeks, it's going to be on 24/7. Worldwide. You're not going to be able to hide from it. That with the timing, the virus, it can't go on into summer. We've got the election coming up. They may be suspended, depending on what you believe about we got this whole Nasara thing going on. It's been around for years, guys. I keep saying I'll believe it when I see it. I haven't looked at it in a couple of years just because they went through 30 deadlines and nothing ever happened. So the main thing, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind and use your critical thinking skills and question everything. Because there's a lot going to be going down in the next couple of years. Almost all of it's good. 99% of it is good. The recovery, depending on how well you're prepared, I don't think it's going to be bad. But we still have to be prepared for the worst, right? I think the stores will stay open, but I still got enough food for 25 people at least for 6 months. Get extra, just in case. And that's what the whole thing with the Litecoin and the silver too. If you don't, anything that you leave in the system, anything you leave in your pension fund, your 401k, annuities, stocks, bonds, bank accounts, they're all it's going to zero. This system is going to have to be reset. There's no way around it. You can't fix it. It's beyond fixing. Now, a regular politician would, probably have tried, just because their objective is to run us into the ground. I mean, that was the whole deal here. They had to take America down to do what they wanted to do. But we know what's happening. We're there. This is it. Here's a good one, kind of along the same line. Insolvent Illinois begs Congress for pension bailouts. California's going to be next. So basically, what they're now, these are the people now who pissed all their money away on liberal policies, and now they want us to bail them out. I vote no. I know most of America votes no. Suck it up, Illinois. Crazy. Everybody's broke, guys. Nobody should be bailed out. You made these idiotic policies. You threw money around like a drunken sailor. Well, now you're going to deal with the consequences. And thank God, I don't think they're going to drag on too long, because President Trump, I think, is on top of this. And I don't think he's going to let this go too long. Because it's hurting the American people in the long run. And I think just as uncertainty is, he's going to end, let's put it this way, he's going to end this as quickly as he can without compromising the number one goal, which is getting all these people off the streets. They're monsters. When you see the films I'm talking about, the video they have of these people, and it's going to be public. Everybody's going to be able to watch it. It'll turn your stomach. Some of the most disturbing video ever recorded. Horrific stuff. Where was I? Oh, the V-shaped recovery narrative is crushed as small business firings start. So again, we've got already just companies that have said forget it. They're done. They're not reopening anything. And then you've got the ones who are going to try and hang on, but they got to fire people to keep it going, right? Because they know it's not going to be, we were right here, right? We're cruising along, then everything stops. Well, we just don't keep going. It's like this. It's going to be months minimum. 6 months would be, if we could get this turned around in 6 months, it would be amazing. A year to two could be. We've got to be ready for anything. And understand, hey, I'm good with all of that. As long as we clean our systems, we clean out the economic systems, we get rid of all those criminals, we fix all the loopholes they installed in these systems. I think, I'll tell you what, I don't believe there should be a stock market. It's the most rigged game there is. It's one of the tools they use to steal us blind. I won't ever put a dime in it. I think cryptos are going to be the new market. We'll see how it plays out. But the main thing is getting the criminals out of there. The swamp, we know. These people can't continue. We can't allow this. And then the satanic pedophiles, It changes the world overnight, virtually. There's nothing to fear here. It's all good, guys. Snitching on social distance deniers sparks outrage across America. So basically, people are ratting out others for social distancing, infringements. It's the flu, guys. You're going to feel really stupid in a couple of weeks when you find out you were snitching out your neighbors because they were smarter than you and realized there was nothing to fear while you were panicked. I mean, crazy. Yeah, I mean, and this really exposed where we were headed. Just think about that. I mean, we are perfectly willing to give up our friends and neighbors. We've lost sight of what it means to be an American, what freedom means. We don't have any right to tell anybody to wear a mask or not wear a mask. You don't have a right to tell somebody to wear a helmet or put a seatbelt on or not use their phone in the car. It's all crap. It's all globalist crap meant to control us. It's taken little bit at a time. So when it comes to the end, you never get enough momentum to get something started up against the people that are trying to take you down. Death of 1,000 cuts. We dodged that bullet. We can't ever let it happen again. And we have, freedom means free. You want to talk on your phone when you're driving? Go ahead. But if you're in an accident, that's going to be a factor in your guilt. You got to be responsible for your actions, but you should be free to take those actions. That's why I see as a big shift. We're going to be a big shift towards the libertarian party, because people are going to understand how close we came. We're not there yet. Give it 6 months. This is probably going to take 6 months for people to really, when this dust settles, to get their bearings, because things are going to be different, I think, pretty quickly. But give it six months for people to kind of see, oh wow, freedom is something that we really haven't experienced. Maybe in the very first year or two of our country, but not much after that, because then we filed I think the first bankruptcy was like 1781, I think, something like that. Yeah, and then where we were headed, basically along that line, was FEMA camps. That was the end game for the globalists, was have Christians and patriots locked up in FEMA camps. Beijing arrest Hong Kong media tycoon and 14 activists in sweeping democracy crackdown. I think it's going to backfire. I think it's going to backfire on China. I don't see them, like I said, if God steps in, they might go down this year. But I think within 10 for sure. Communism's dead in the world. This is exposing communism. It's exposing the liberal agendas. This whole thing of how this is playing out and people are seeing true colors. Again, part of the plan. Brilliant. Spain authorizes military planes to spray disinfectant over cities. Talk about chemtrailing. The Fed is all the buyers have. The banks agree stocks have never been more expensive. It's all junk out there, guys. There's nothing but junk for sale in the financial markets. Buyer beware. Get your money out now. Get it into physical silver and Litecoin. You'll thank us, especially in a year or two. And remember, guys, really both, well, Litecoin more than silver, it's a long-term investment. You know, this is a 2-year down the road type deal. Now, it's going to be worth more fairly quickly, I think, but you need to be looking farther down the road, or you're going to spend it all, and you're going to leave a lot of money on the table. Your goal should be 2 years at least before you look at it. See what we got for questions. Cecil, what's up? Kathy, hello. Won't be able to look away, won't be able to deny it. Tommy, what's up? Doc Cheryl, what's up? Libby, hello. Chrissy, how you doing? Cousin Monica. Cecil, you causing trouble again? Priscilla, how you doing? Keith, what's up? Kathy's asking about trillions that they're getting paid back. Well, if you're asking about what's going to be returned to us, it's coming back in Litecoin and silver. So, yeah, maybe that's not your question, but go ahead and re-ask. Well, yeah, Kathleen's got the point that a lot of people. Here's what I. Kathleen's saying, and she's right. If especially we've talked about the liberal areas where a lot of people are on public assistance, so they don't have a lot of assets to build up a food storage or to buy a lot of Litecoin and silver. But here's what I'd say: almost everybody spends something on something they don't need, cigarettes or coffee or whatever the case may be. There's not a lot of time, but I mean, $25, $20 in Litecoin could change your life. It could be life changing. And as far as the food part of it goes, I don't think we're going to see any food riots. President Trump has had too much time. It's not going to happen. One of the main functions of the military is going to be making sure that the supply chain keeps moving, that we don't run out. Having said that, you still got to prep, guys, because even if that's true, right, that President Trump is 100% on top of this, there still could be days when you don't eat. Your extra food is just like another insurance policy. Think of it that way. And get at least 6 weeks if you can, and get extra if you can. We're still, what did I say? I said that the economy is going to collapse on the 21st, 22nd. Where are we at? I said by the end of the month. Yeah, guys, listen. There's no manual that comes with this job, and I'll tell you, I'm going to be early rather than late. So, if you don't like the message, you're free to move on. I don't have time to deal with whiners. And we've talked about this timeline for 2 months now. We talked about the QAnon timeline. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe better go back and watch a couple of the past live chats. Listen, everything God showed me is happening in 2020. Everything. And every day there's more evidence to support everything God showed me. We get rid of them by arresting them. That's what's going on, guys. This is happening this year. It is any day now. With the economy as weak as it is, this thing could go down any day. What don't you understand about that? If I'm picking a day, I'm going to go with Bull Pony and say the 21st, 22nd is when the stock market crashes. Get ready. It's any day. It could go down tomorrow. It's a way to get you into your Litecoin and silver. If you're too ignorant to understand that, move along. I don't have time for you. I'm not putting up with that crap. Hello, Heidi. Sister-in-law Heidi, how you doing? Listen, guys, there's a lot of people out there trying to stir the pot. We've got to ignore it. These people are either ignorant or they're trolls. Don't let trolls or the ignorant distract you. Keep focused on what we're doing, getting prepared. Anyone that denies this is coming is a fool. It's staring you in the face. Every bit of economic data is horrific. Is there any question about the pedophilia, about the swamp, that this all has to happen, that the financial system is... They're all criminals. You think we can continue like this? The world has to change. The world is changing. Get on board or get out of the way, because I'm not stopping. Yeah, and listen, getting upset, let me make something really clear. The shutdown has nothing to do with the virus. The shutdown has nothing to do with the virus. President Trump knows it's the flu. The shutdown was to protect American citizens. It's to protect people around the world from what's coming. Fast and Furious was not about Mexican drug cartels or tracking guns. It was about arming sleeper cells. When Obama and Clinton go down, they were going to release these people with automatic weapons to run around the country shooting the place up. Malls, theaters, sporting events. They don't have any targets anymore. There's no people on the street. Makes it really hard for them to go and shoot up 100 people, because the biggest crowd you can have is 10. Doesn't that make a lot more sense that that's what this is all about than the flu? That's 1/3 the mortality rate. The virus, 1/3 the mortality rate of the flu. When have we ever shut down the worldwide economy for a flu? And the numbers they're using are inflated. Almost every death that they get, no matter what the cause, they're writing down as the virus is the cause. COVID-19. Use your heads. This isn't me. It's 1/3. That's a fact. It's like 1/3% is the mortality rate. The one I saw yesterday, which has been very close to the rest of them. It seems to be going down, the mortality rate. Yeah, and you know why? Because they can't keep listing heart attacks and suicides as COVID-19 cause of death. They only had a short time they could run this game, and before it's exposed, and it's being exposed for the people that want to look. But having rallies and protest marches are just playing into the black hat's hands. President Trump's doing this so we don't give him targets, and then the crazy radicals are overreacting to something that makes no difference. Anything that they thought they would accomplish with whatever it is they're doing, protests and marches and whatever, it's not going to solve it. It's going to be solved because it's not about that. We're defeating the purpose. We're not trusting the plan when we're doing these things. We're creating more problems for President Trump to deal with. Trust the plan. I don't wear a mask, but I'm not out protesting. I'm not creating a target. I don't, listen, I'm not a sheep. None of you are sheep. None of the Watchmen are sheep. I'm not going to fake the virus. But I'm also not going to go down and protest because my civil rights, and trust me, there's no one who's a bigger right-winger than me. I'm a libertarian. The Constitution is my law. I understand what's happening here. So I'm not upset about it a bit. I want fewer people to die. Let President Trump do his job. He's not all of a sudden turned globalist on us. Think about that for a second. He's destroyed the globalist agenda. And I have people telling me, oh, what has he done? If you really have to ask that question, you're in detention. Go do about 50 hours worth of research. He's crushed the globalist agenda. I mean, 300 years worth. He's ruined. So, and you think he's working with them? It's crazy. It's ridiculous. Look at the big picture. It becomes much more clear. Okay. Oh, no problem, Cecil. You didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, chop him. Listen, I believe 100% in free speech. This is not a free speech zone. Not a free speech zone here. You want to try and distract us and disrupt what we're trying to do? This is God's work. God overrides the Constitution. And we will not tolerate trolls here. You've been warned. See you, Chad. Have a great day. Mark, how you doing? Scott's late. I didn't miss anything, Scott. Thanks, Cecil. Darren just wants to go race his car. Soon, Darren. Soon. There's a lot of cowboys that want to get back out there too. Yeah, listen, guys. Again, I'm going to tell you, this is what I've been telling you. Question everything. Do your own research. Use your critical thinking skills. Oh, congratulations, Kevin. Kevin's going to see the new grandbaby. Thank you, Arlene. That's it, Rita. No crap. Lee, how you doing? Well, listen, I don't mind anybody asking a question. Those weren't questions. Those were attacks, and I'm not going to take it. I've sacrificed my whole life for this. I don't have to take that bullshit. Yeah. Listen, anybody who doesn't see what's happening, you're not doing enough homework. Jesus. President Trump has control of the Federal Reserve, for Christ's sake. If you don't understand the significance of that, you're an idiot. Ryan, how you doing? I know, Lisa. I'm okay. Deborah, how you doing? Yeah, man shot in the head 3 times, cause of death, coronavirus. Uh, Kathy's talking about Lady Gaga and Oprah, 6 hours. What's that about? They're all going down, guys. Um, all these celebrities that have kind of been out in the forefront the last couple of months, they're screaming for a reason. Yeah. Trust the plan. It's all going perfectly. Let's not screw it up, right? Let's just keep doing what we're doing. Stay positive. Keep reaching out to people. Every person matters. Let's stay focused on that. Yeah, well, my personality's not changing. April, how you doing? Thank you, Deborah. Kathleen just wants to go shopping. Listen, Rhonda wants me to talk about Zcash. No. Listen, God showed me Litecoin. I don't, you guys do what you want to do. All one, well, 99.9% of my crypto investment is Litecoin. I've got like a fraction of Ethereum and a fraction of a Bitcoin. Um, it's going to have the greatest return on investment. If you want to throw 50 or $100 at some of these other coins, go ahead. But I'm not even going to talk about them because it's not what God showed me. And for most people who don't have thousands of dollars to invest, they need to be focused on Litecoin because that's where the greatest returns are going to come. What God showed me, that's what I believe. And I put my money there. All my research, 5+ years, 25,000 hours total, it all pointed me to what God showed me. It just confirmed what God was showing me. So I would go Litecoin. And, if you want to, again, you want to try a couple other things, go ahead. But thank you, Susan. Rain, how you doing? Penny, how you doing? Does everyone have a bug out plan? That's a good one, Gary. It's been at least a couple of weeks since I talked about it, probably. Yeah, guys, you got to do planning. We talked about physical preparation, mental preparation. is stuff like this where you're thinking about what you're going to need and what your plan's going to be. They're still talking about a possible 3 days of darkness, right? That's still a possibility. Well, what happens if something goes down then in your area? You guys need to talk about all this stuff. Like here, well, not here. I'm in Arizona now. When I was in California, earthquakes, tsunamis. Here, the heat. Other than that, we're in pretty good shape, I think. But the point is, gotta be ready, be prepared, and talk about your options among your friends, your group, who's ever you're working with. Y'all got to be on the same page. If this happens, we're going to do this. Get all your contingencies lined out. Larry, what's up? Joanne, are there any Watchmen in New England besides Heidi? I know there's got to be. Well, Gary is. Gary, say hello to Heidi, my sister-in-law. Alan, Michelle, niece and nephew, how you doing? It's a family affair tonight. Allie and Michael, how you going? How's it going? You're welcome, Larry. Appreciate it. Arlene's been prepping for 10 years. Thank you. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, anybody in the Phoenix area who's interested in doing a live audience, live chat, I'm up for it if we can get enough people that want to do it. Get a hold of Danielle, please. Okay, guys. What's the first question? How would you like to be a part of the greatest transfer of wealth in human history? Start with that and do the best you can for the next however long we have. Whether it's tomorrow, Monday, or if it's 3 months from now. Listen, trust me, there's no one that wants this to be over faster than me. But I don't control that. I can control who I talk to, who I reach out to, who I try and help. That I can control. Focus on what you can control and quit focusing on things that we can't. It doesn't do us any good. It's going to happen when it happens. We've got to be ready for it. That's all I can say. God didn't send me a schedule. He just told me what was coming. And I've kind of had to piece the rest of it together. So hang in there. I am. All right. I'm going to end it with our prayer. For God and country, amen. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.